Hello, chat. Hello. Welcome. Welcome back to another Ninja Gato interview. Today, I have the very cool and fun Runesy! Hello, Rosie. Rosie. How
It's
are
a
you?
me.
It's a
Hi.
you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
How
it.
are you?
I'm excited.
You're excited? You're excited? I gotta get that one tick of volume. There we
I
go.
got my cats.
You got your cat, and you have an additional orange cat because
I know.
you not only have the one kitty behind you, but three additional orange kitties plus this cat. See,
Yep.
it was
You can
meant to
never have
be.
too many cats.
It was meant to be. Like
It
we.
was. At one point, I had like 10 cats in my life. So,
What?
yeah, I have a cat problem.
Oh.
I don't know. Do you count like magazines as interviews, as legitimate interviews, or do you just count them as like, because like that's like word interviews, not like person interviews, like where you see me. But I've
Okay.
done writing interviews where like they ask me
Mm.
questions and then I like send them in.
So you've done interviews, but this is your first live interview. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
very nice.
Also,
Yeah.
everyone comments on that heater.
Oh, nice.
I
It
tried
is.
turning it on the other day and it just made a really, really bad smoke smell.
Oof.
And it made me nervous, so I turned it off.
Well, it adds ambiance. It adds ambiance. So
It does, yeah.
the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shout you out, and this is going to play a random clip from your channel.
I do love
Oh,
when your
God.
dog gets hurt.
It always plays like 5-year ones. Oh, it's a reaction stream. I never do that.
Wow. So one time
That's
you
like
were
my
a
that was
reaction
like my
streamer.
first. Yeah,
Really?
well, I slide it in as like
Oh.
bit goals typically, but I feel weird reacting to things. It feels like I don't know, it's just like a strange thing to do on stream. Like you're like I'm reacting to something, reacting to something. It's like that South Park episode where they make fun of it kind of. I always feel awkward doing it, but I do try to do it 1 or 2 streams, yeah. It hasn't happened very often,
Mm.
but I have done it in the past. I would like to do more of them. I think that they're fun. I just have a hard time finding content to react to. Like, I don't know how you do it because I know you do tons of reaction videos.
Well, a lot of times, if you open up the community within your Discord, they can give you stuff to react to. They'd like you to react to.
I don't know if I trust them.
And then, I don't know. I always get stuff that's just trending, stuff that's going viral on all the social medias, and then
Yeah.
like that ear video we watched. Like I was like, why is this trending? Why is this, showing like? And then don't trust us. Nice. We're not on campus anymore. So yeah, like I'll get that stuff, and then I just like to know what people's opinions are, what they think about stuff. Like earlier, we were watching about a conspiracy on the dude who blew up his rental Cybertruck. Apparently, like he was off.
Oh!
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
off the
I know
deep end.
exactly what you're talking about. Was that in Vegas or was that somewhere else? Because
Yeah, it was outside
there
the
were, like,
Trump Hotel in Vegas. Yeah.
yeah, I live there, so it was like a
Oh.
thing. Everyone was talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's like
Do not trust us
like
either.
special forces celebrated and is talking that we're being spied on by China and our government isn't doing anything about it. Like, we're
Yeah, there's
just
the
like,
drones and stuff.
yeah, so we're just like,
Did they capture the drone or was that a lie? Because I know that they talked about it for like a minute, and I saw that they captured one, but I think that it was just clickbait.
yeah, no, that was clickbait because that was
Yeah.
a drone from a startup company in New York. But
Yeah.
then after that, everyone like and their mom, it just got oversaturated because people were like filming regular planes, thinking like, "Look at this drone!" Is like, bro, that's a regular plane.
Yeah, they do that all the time with like UFOs and stuff. I would
Yeah.
love to see like an actual like alien encounter. They say it happens all the time in Vegas, and I've never had an alien encounter. But I would. Well, actually, okay, I did have one that I swear was an alien encounter. We
Wait,
talked
what?
about it already on my stream. Yeah, it was really late at night. I could have been on hot pot, but I don't. That was a long time ago. I used to smoke weed a long, long time ago, but I don't think that I was doing it this night. But I'm saying it would be hilarious if I was doing it. But that was around the time that I was. But I was sitting in my bed and it was super late at night. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning and I'm sitting there and my back is right on top of the window. So I could like feel everything. And all of a sudden I'm just watching TV and my like lights go all funky and then I hear like this alien noise and it feels like a plane's going by my my window, but it was like more than a plane and it was making weird ass noises I can't even explain to you. It was and it was like I was backed up into an alleyway and the alleyway started glowing like these weird colors and I lifted the window and by the time I lifted it all I saw was just like flashes and then the noises were like gone. It was so weird. Humming really loud. Luke, I'd believe that. But I don't know. That was so unexplainable and the feeling that you got, the like chill in my neck was like scary. It was weird. I've never seen or heard anything that could make that noise. It was such like a unique noise that I've never heard to this day. And it was like lit up the whole alleyway. It was crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And that's not the only paranormal thing that's happened on their stream. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of weird things.
I think I raided in during a ghost event on your stream.
Yeah, well, I have these little things that I've had since because I'd have to tell like the backstory to it, but like I was raised in like a very Wiccan spiritual family. I don't consider myself Wiccan. My family was weird about religion. They were basically like believe whatever you want, but like we're also like very spiritual. And my mom's like I'm a medium, and my dad was like making Harry Potter wands for fun in the garage. Like it was very much like a very no pressure spiritual, like they never pushed anything on me, but I also without them even telling me, because I didn't even know that my family was Wiccan until I mentioned it to them that I had an interest, and then they were like yeah we do that shit. Like it was a very weird scenario to grow up in, but I had believed in this kind of stuff when I was young. I kind of don't anymore because I've grown up. Did he leave any magic wands for you when he left? No, I do have little pendants from when I was a kid, though, from that he would make, but not really. Me and my dad aren't close anymore. But he could teach you how to make cars. He never did that for me, unfortunately. I really needed that. But anyways, yeah. So they gave me these little birds back in the day when I was like a kid, and the birds can only make noises when you shake them. Like if you shake them really hard. Other than that, they don't make any noise. They're completely quiet. And as a kid, I would do like little like Wiccan things, and the birds would correspondingly go off with what I was asking and doing, and they were like a big part of my life. As I grew up, those birds, I still have the original ones, but I haven't used them. And my partner bought me these new birds for like my birthday like 2 years ago, and they work similarly, but these ones are less trustable because these ones, if you talk like if I were to yell right now, they'd probably go off. These ones aren't as reliable, but I have noticed them doing really weird shit. Like when I'm completely quiet or when you're not touching them, they'll still like go off. And that night when you had raided in, they were continuously going off and making this really creepy demonic noise. And then if you like talk to them, they'll like do it back. It's very weird. I don't know with these ones if it has anything ghostly to do with it. I don't know if I believe that. I think that it might have just been a coincidence, but it is weird. It's a weird thing that I can't explain.
That is scary as fuck. Happy belated birthday, says All Red.
Oh, that was in May. 2 years ago in May, but thank you. I'm much older now.
Reminds me of the Furbies. Yeah, Furbies
are
creepy.
Yeah.
Furbies are creepy as fuck. So
I had like 4 of them, and they would talk at night, but I think that that's just like a battery thing, you know? Like sometimes, like even that's probably debunked by like weird batteries or like something happening, you know? Like I'm like a huge skeptic for somebody who was raised in like that thing. I think as I became older, I became way more skeptic about it. That kind of stuff.
Yep. All right. All right, let's get the interview started. So the first question we always ask is the lore behind the name. can you tell us how you
Yes.
came up with the name for your channel, Runesy?
Yeah. Well, that was actually, I've always wanted Rune in my name because everybody knows that I really like RuneScape. So it was just kind of like, I was talking to my mod well, they're still my mod. I was talking to my mod and we were just bouncing off things that would say Rune. And we were like between like Runesy, spelled SEE, then we were between like Runeax, Rune Pie. I don't know. We were doing like a
Hey, what's
whole
up,
bunch of crap.
Netspace?
MySpace, by the way. We were doing like a whole bunch of crap names just back and forth, and we really liked Rune C with SEE at the end. And then they were like, "Well, that looks weird," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't really like it." And they were like, "So just do it this way," and that's how it's being. It was just like a love for RuneScape, and I just really wanted Rune in the name. I wanted it like really feminine and cute, like bouncy. Like you like a Runesy. Like I don't know, like something cute.
Mm, I got you. Okay, that works. That works. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
the next question we typically ask is hardware and software required to run for stream. So hardware-wise, what does it take to run a Runesy stream?
Oh God, I thought about this and I was like, I don't really. I could just tell you like what my computer setup is, but what's funny is I didn't actually build it. Usually I build my computers, but this
Yep.
computer I never ended up building because it was during COVID that my computer died, and that was at the time in that weird part of COVID where like there was no PC parts or they were like so overpriced.
Super
So I
expensive.
had this one built. Yeah, they were so expensive. And I actually had it built by that company, the Andarius company or whatever that had got sued and was like a scam.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
That's a deep dive you could go into if you want to learn about it. Yeah, they
Wow.
basically scammed like 20,000 people or something. I pulled that number out of my ass. They scammed a lot of people out of PCs and they never ended up delivering them. But luckily they did deliver mine. Thank God.
Damn. Okay, so you have a gamer
Yeah.
PC that was custom built by
Yeah.
what turned out to be a shisty company.
Yeah.
What type of
But
peripherals? Microphones, cameras, stream decks,
oh,
anything like that?
camera, I use the Sony EV-E10 or like Sony something S10, the vlogging camera. Sony EV-Z10. That's it. Yeah. It's like the vlogging camera. Microphone, I just use this crappy HyperX one that I've thrown around the room and it's landed all over the
Nice.
place and I play racquetball with it. And then like $10 thing because I also tend to drop these and I'm on like my third one and because I throw them around. Yeah, it's the HyperX. And yeah, I just throw this crap around like probably way I shouldn't. But my computer's nice and I don't throw that around. It's like 380 GeForce.
3080. Okay.
Yeah, 3080 GeForce graphics card. It's like a Strix motherboard. God, I haven't looked. I don't know, a while. You can see it. It's like a Strix motherboard.
Oh, it looks nice.
Yeah, it does its job. Like I said, my last one that I built by hand was so much better. Like this one has like a water cooler. I hate that. I hate water coolers. Oh, they're so horrible.
Ooh.
Is it odd? No, that's good.
Yep.
Al, you should know things by just looking at them.
All red. Yep.
But yeah, honestly, it's nothing too special. My last computer was way better. Well, not way better. It was older and like older parts, but it was like custom to me and I felt like connected to it.
Okay. Okay. So pretty nice camera, and then a gamer mic as well as standard peripherals and a pretty good gaming PC. Okay. And then, hey, what's up, MC? I think it's Biha.
MC, I just say MC.
MC, what's up, MC? What's going on? And then software-wise, what do you operate to run a Runesy
We're
stream?
doing oh god, let me think. It's a little long. I'm on a Windows and we do Intel i9. We're on Windows and
10-year-old air-cooled desktop. Hey, air-cooled's like low-key one of the better
Oh
ways to
yeah,
do
it's got
things.
3 monitors.
3
That
monitors.
helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though they're nothing special though, I'm telling you. It's
Mm,
nothing too crazy over here. It's
I
kind of,
gotcha.
yeah, I use 3. I want 4, but I don't know. That seems like a lot.
Yep. And
Yeah, I
then
got like 1 up here and 2 down here.
like OBS, I would
Yep,
assume.
we use OBS. Yeah,
You-
I only use OBS. Oh, I also use voice mod, and then we use my little snap camera, which actually you can't get anymore because it's apparently discontinued. But like I make myself like a cow
Wait,
and
what?
stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Technically you could be a VTuber too. Check that out.
yeah, or like turkey or a pistachio
Wow. Actually,
or RuneScape.
RuneScape. Nice. Nice. Actually,
What's
voice
wrong one?
voice mod. Yeah, I noticed on your streams people can change your voice and do things with channel
Yeah,
points, right? They can
yeah,
make you all robotic and stuff with channel
yeah,
points. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
That's kind of all my OBS, and I got like my 3 of me kind of thing.
Mm. All right.
But the cow's my favorite. I love those stupid little filters. They're so fun. And I never use them. I've had it on my PC for like 4 years now, maybe even longer, and I never used the filters. And then because I was just lazy, and then one day I was like, man, I should really put those filters on.
Mm. Okay. Um. All right. So let's talk about. I notice you have a warm community and welcoming feel and vibe to your channel.
Yeah.
What do you love most about engaging with your Twitch community, and how do you foster a welcoming environment for viewers?
Oh man, I think it takes time. I think that's like the biggest thing. I love everybody. Everybody in here, like Luca, literally everybody in here, Luca, Bipo, MC, like literally everybody that's just showed up. I appreciate so much, and I think and I could tell you, I could tell you so much about like their individual lives, and they've just become such good friends. These nuts? No. But
Nice.
I think fostering it is just being like consistent and being on like a schedule and getting to know everybody and sticking to like your word. And I don't know, I don't even know how I got the community that I got. It just happened. Like it's just a bunch of really really cool awesome people came together, and we all just started talking, and everyone vibes with each other too. Like everyone's friends. Like Space Weeb and Luca are like secretly getting together and get married. I used to do marriages on stream where I'd be
Wait,
like, okay, you guys are
what?
getting married. I mean, obviously it wasn't real. Watch, it was real. Yes, MC, this is the interview.
Yep. Yep.
But
Sorry
yeah,
you
it's
guys
like,
got edged. Sorry you guys got
oh,
edged. That's okay.
yeah, we could wait if you want.
All right. And then I noticed you are a huge cosplayer. Like most streams, you have a cosplay on. So how do you
Yeah.
incorporate your love for cosplay into your streams? Do you ever stream in cosplay or tie it into themed content?
Oh yeah, all the time. I think on like Twitch we do bit days where like if we're gonna play like Nintendo Day, then like I'll dress up in Nintendo, or like if you're gonna do Mario Kart, then you dress up as like Luigi or like all that kind of stuff. I think I did Wario on here. I think it's just keeping it on par with like the different video games that we're playing is fun. I like doing that. But
So it's
I
part
don't
of
know,
you.
I've just always enjoyed cosplaying.
Wow, so you plan out your content. You're like, today I'm probably gonna play Mario Kart. So since
Oh
I'm gonna play
yeah.
Mario Kart, I'm gonna put on, Princess Peach cosplay. And then be
Yep.
Princess Peach. And then be like, cosplay wasn't cosplay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think everybody likes it, and it gives me like an excuse not to mess with my hair because you just have to wear a wig, so it's a lot easier. But yeah, I've always loved cosplay. It's always something that I've really been interested in, and I just like doing different type of looks and outfits. And I think it's cool to see a character that you've watched like come to life, even though like you're not the character, but you're just like, yeah, I used to have blue hair. I think I've had
What?
every hair color
That's hard. That's
that
hard
you
on
could
the
think
hair.
of. I know. That's why I'm sticking with blonde because it's dead on the ends.
Mm. Yeah,
It's okay
wigs.
though.
Wigs are an easy way to change up the colors quickly. Yep.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have the
Uh,
most brilliant blue hair. I did have really good blue hair, and it was very long too. I hate myself for cutting it. I cut it up to like right here. I like chopped all of it off, and I was like, ew, that was a mistake.
mm,
Ugh.
okay. All
How did
right.
I have green? I don't think I've ever had green hair because green turns like this murky color. Wait, no, because green turns like a weird murky color. I don't know.
Yeah, lady's awesome. She's number one. Yeah.
MC's my biggest cheerleader.
Yep.
Every time I feel crappy about myself, MC's like, "You're beautiful today."
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's important to have community members like that. All right.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know how I even came up with the amount of some people that I came in
Wait, do you have
that I
name? A name for your
have.
community?
Yeah, we used to call it the half hearts for like a really, really long time, and you'd always
Half
do like, because
hearts?
I'd always do that, and then I'd be like, "You gotta fill
Oh,
it."
that's cute.
Yeah,
The half
yeah, we had
hearts.
that for a while.
Mine are gatos or cats.
I was gonna say, do you speak Spanish?
A little bit. I know enough to be dangerous. Like, I can understand
Oh,
it, but um, I don't
that's
speak it
good.
well. All right. And then
That's
gaming on
okay.
streams. What are your favorite games to stream? Do they differ from the games you play off stream?
Oh yeah, they differ so hardcore from off stream because when I'm on stream, I can't focus on like a game. It has to be like if it's a story game, I'm not getting any of the story because I'm just talking the entire time and being annoying. So, it's like Cyberpunk, for instance, is my favorite game in like the whole universe, and I
Okay.
can't play that on stream. I just can't.
Why not?
I'll just be talking throughout the whole thing and I won't shut up and then I'll miss the whole storyline. So,
Mm,
yeah, I can't do it. So typically I have to play games that are like Spyro or like Sims or like RuneScape or things that don't have a particular storyline that I have to play because I would never get it. We've tried to do
mhm.
storyline stuff and everyone's like you just missed like the entire like when we do play Zelda because I'm like a huge Zelda player on stream. And when we play it, Zelda will be talking about something super fucking important about saving the world, and then afterwards, everyone will be like, "You just missed it," and I didn't grasp anything of what they told me to do. Wasn't it? Oh wait, Luca's got an answer. Luca, we're interviewing you.
Yeah, it may be a bit late, but it seems in terms of previous questions for me, personally, I'd like to have a close-knit group of friends that are there. Just so many cool people in our community that have always been someone around if you need anything. And in the same note, when stuff goes on in life, I tend to poof and having people who understand that and don't hold it against me helps a lot for me personally. It's been a great, what, like 7 years now? Damn, your community's been around for over 7 years?
Yeah, I've known Lone, who's Lone Ranger. I don't know if they're in here, but I've known Lone since I was 18 and I'm 28 now.
Mm-hmm.
I
All right.
actually love Subnautica. No, I hate Subnautica. I love the storyline of Subnautica. I hate playing Subnautica.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Um, all right, let's talk about some of the challenges as a streamer. What has been the biggest challenge that you've faced as a Twitch streamer, and how did you overcome it?
um, I was actually thinking about this question, and I don't know if I've exactly overcome it because hi, Space. I know, Space, and we've summoned you. Use
Mm-hmm.
Nautica. But I don't. I thought about this, and I was like, I don't think that I have overcome it because one of my biggest issues that I've always thought about streaming, that like I guess fears, right? Was that kind of where we were going? The challenges? Yeah. Okay. Challenges is like staying relevant. I think every streamer goes through this where like you're worried, like you have a community now, but like when I hit 30, are they still going to be watching me? When I hit like 40, are they still going to be watching me? Like how exactly long can you do streaming and make it be sufficient and like pay your bills and like be your, like when you depend so highly on a community. MC's like, I will. But I think it's a fear. And I know that I've been doing it for so long that it shouldn't be a fear anymore and I should have overcame it. But I think that that's just natural anxiety that streamers have, especially
Yeah.
when you're starting to approach the ages where, especially as a female, people will be like, you're 30, you're old. Like, nobody cares about you anymore. So I think that that's probably my biggest challenge, is just accepting that, am I going to do it forever? Will I be able to do it forever? I want to, but I don't know exactly how that's going to shake out, and I hope so, and I think, but I guess we'll just figure it out as it goes, you know? But I think it's always a scary thing. Yeah, there's so many older people, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the life of an influencer is usually pretty short. So that's always an anxiety that will always plague the influencer. But then you have technically like celebrities have been influencers for decades and their bodies change and age, even though, you know, a lot of them like to make it look like they've never aged, which I think it's okay. I think it's okay to age.
Yeah, I think it's okay to age too. As a streamer, I think it adds like an extra layer of scariness. And then, you know, when you start to stream, I'm sure you feel it. Is anybody going to come today? Am I just going to be alone and talk to myself? Which is like a huge fear too, that I think will always be there. Even though it's always fine. It always ends up fine. I know people's like, don't worry about it. And I know it's probably fine, but it's always going to be a scary thing.
It's always going to be,
and,
yeah. Like,
yeah,
no, I
don't think anyone talked me out of it.
Yeah, like for me, I'm like, is everybody gonna want to hang out with a cat? Like eventually gonna be like, this cat's lame.
No, everyone loves cats.
Hopefully that's how it happens. I'm less than a year older than Lady, so if I ever consider her too old, I will to do this. It will be the day that I consider myself old, and I don't want that to happen. Says MDS Space.
Yeah, that's I guess the good thing is that we're all gonna get old together. So if like I'm old as balls, you're gonna be old as balls too.
And if you're loud enough to wake me up, I'll always be there. Says Luca. Nice.
I always am loud enough most days.
Yep. She can also crank up the gain if she wanted to. Yep. Okay, so this next question, I'm gonna read it, but we might have to deviate and just talk about it further. So health and streaming. How do you manage streaming while navigating the physical demands of your health challenges?
Yeah. For these questions, I actually wrote things down because there's obviously like so much that goes into like the health stuff that I feel like I couldn't properly say off the top of my head. So if it seems a bit scripted, that's probably why.
Okay, so let's talk about the health stuff, because you, like several other influencers on this platform, like having a 9-to-5 40-hour-a-week job is difficult. And, you know, a lot of influencers are flat out disabled. And they find Twitch a great, you know, outlet for them to be able to work when they feel good, and then, you know, take the breaks when they need to for their health. So let's talk about your health. Like, can you tell us about some of your conditions?
Yeah, no problem. Also, you're very right. I feel like most streamers have some type of disability because it's just the easiest thing that the body can handle. And that's like such a cool thing. I don't know what I would have done before the internet. Like if I was born just a little bit, because I was born when there was no, well, it was like up and coming internet, you know? And I couldn't imagine trying to survive back before that wasn't a thing, because I think I would have just been straight up screwed.
Most have ADHD. True.
As fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia sucks ass. I don't have that, but I know so many people that do. Oh God, I think my mom does. Oh, it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But as for me, like I said, if some of this seems scripted, it's because there's so much to kind of go over. But I'll kind of explain what I have, which everybody knows. I'm pretty open about it on stream. It's just not as talked about, which I have reasons for the other answers. Oh, your girlfriend did? Yeah, fibromyalgia sucks.
Yeah,
There's still no
sucks.
internet?
Sus,
What were you
Luca.
gonna say?
No, I'm just. I said that sucks, but well.
Yeah, yeah. And Luca, you need to get better internet. God, Luca lives in Croatia.
Damn.
But yeah, so to start it off, the main thing that I have is something called gastroparesis, which is like your stomach is paralyzed, so you don't digest food, or you digest it insanely slowly. And there are some people who have they have it like super severe gastroparesis, and then they have some people who live with it and they don't even know. Like some of you guys probably have it and you like have no idea. But that's my main cause of a lot of my issues. But I do have secondary problems, like I have a heart block, I have biliary dyskinesia, which means my gallbladder doesn't function, my colon and my intestines don't function, I have POTS, and then I have suspected elders Dalnos, but like I said, I was never diagnosed. It's just from what my doctor has told me without testing, and because who can't afford with living in America to test all this bullcrap? So I've never been tested. I don't like to say that I have it because it's undiagnosed, but everyone tells me like, yeah, you probably do. And for some reason, everyone says that my wrists have it, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I don't want to claim something that I don't have.
She's not done geofracture. She's still going.
Yeah. The whole reason why I have all of this is because I have some type of core nerve damage that is like destroying certain parts of my body that causes like some sort of immune disorder. Sorry, it's really bright in here. They don't know what it is, and in order to diagnose it, I would have to go through like thorough testing, and I don't want to do that. One, it's expensive. My healthcare sucks ass, and it's just not something that I'm wanting to do. But the nerve disease, or whatever you want to call it, has affected the heart thing. Basically, everything in my body is kind of like dying or lowly functioning. Like it's pretty crappy, honestly. But let me see. Yeah. Oh, also, EDS is the reason why they think so is because POTS and EDS is highly diagnosed in people with gastroparesis. Like if you have gastroparesis, it's not shocking if you have diabetes or if you have EDS or if you have POTS. It's like super common. So if anyone who's diagnosed with any of those, you should get tested for the others because they all go like hand in hand.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much all of it.
And what are POTS?
POTS is where I'm actually just becoming familiar with it because I was just recently diagnosed with it. Because for the longest time, I thought that it was my heart block, because the heart block basically means that like you're skipping beats at a certain time. I have a second degree. There's different degrees. And so your heart will just like stop for like 3 seconds, or your heart will stop for 2 seconds. And it goes, in progress with that. And it has a lot of similar things to POTS, but POTS is like a blood pressure. Correct. Somebody in chat, correct me if I'm wrong. It has to do with your blood pressure and your heart rate. So like if you stand up, your heart rate skyrockets and your blood pressure either skyrockets or lowers. I don't know. You basically get dizzy and you can pass out, or you could feel nauseous, or like your room will spin. It's kind of like your equilibrium's off kind of thing. I guess. I could be saying it wrong. Like I said, I'm so new to that diagnosis, and I'm not treating it because, like I said, insurance sucks. So.
Wow. So, with all that, how do you manage streaming while also trying to manage your health?
Yeah.
How do you balance that?
Um, I think scheduling is so important. Here, I put notes on that too. Let me see. Um, it was like, was that with kind of like the practices and routines kind of thing?
Health and streaming. Health
Let's
and streaming.
see.
How do you manage streaming while navigating physical demands of your
Oh
health
yeah.
challenges?
So with when it comes to streaming, I've had this all since I was about, I think it all started at 14 years old. I actually had something called costochondritis, which is where your chest inflames, and that's kind of what started it all as a kid. And which I don't actually have that anymore, or at least I don't know. I think I grew out of it. I have no idea. It doesn't bother me anymore. But so because I started so young, managing it is has become easy in a way for me. I know like what I need to do to manage it. I know I have to be on like a very strict schedule. So like today, for instance, because my schedule was a bit messed up, I can't eat until after this interview, or else like before the interview I ate these stupid little, I ate like 3 of these veggie straws, and it was like I was in so much fucking pain. It's like I'll be in pain, things will start to happen, I'll get really nauseous, like it's horrible. So basically just scheduling helps managing things. As long as if I'm on my tight schedule and I don't do anything outside of the schedule, then it's fine. Like if I know I have something big coming up and I can't go out to like an arcade and have fun with my friends because I'll get sick because I have a low immune system. So I'll get sick and then I'll put me down for like 2 weeks to 2 months. So if I have like like a Twitch stream to do, then I won't do that unless I plan it on a weekend, if that makes sense. Like it's all about scheduling.
Okay, so because of your health, you've managed a routine and a
Yeah.
schedule that you maintain, and you've learned to incorporate your Twitch streaming as part of that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And that's basically how it all works. You just gotta be on a strict kind of clock schedule in order to feel your best, I guess.
Mm. And then on the daily life, how do you balance the health challenges with demands of being a full-time influencer? Like, do you have a set
Yeah.
amount of hours that you set aside for streaming and like that's your limit? Or do you have days where you're like, nope, I can't do it today?
Yeah. Oh, everyone is so nice. Every single time I'm having like a really rough day, or like I call them like my hospital weeks, where like I'm so bad that I need to go to the hospital, which usually is because I get, which I'm sure some people in here have had it and it sucks ass, is when you have a colon block. You're, because my body doesn't flush anything out, it all gets stuck and can cause like a blockage, an intestinal blockage.
Mm.
And those can take like 2 weeks. And let me tell you, oh my God, if you've never felt pain before until you've had an intestinal blockage, that's like, oh my God, the amount of pain that you feel is horrendous. And I'll tell people, I'll be like, hey guys, I've got one of these, I'll be out for 2 weeks. They don't care. You know, that's the great thing about streaming and why I almost have to do it, is because like there's just so cool. Like everyone's so awesome. They let me take the time that I need off, and I only limit myself to 3 hours of streaming, sometimes 2 on my crappy days. Everyone's understandable. Yeah, the
Mm.
space complains so much, so unfucking annoying. But everyone's great about it. They work with my schedule, and nobody bitches about it. Well, some people have bitched before. They've been like, "Guy, where have you been?" But I'm sure it's in like a joking way. I'm sure they don't care.
Gives me time to actually sleep. Man, you got some dedicated fans. That's amazing.
They're my friends. I know it's such a hard thing to say that because, like, I know people have, what are they called? Parasocial relationships on the internet. Is that what they're
Yep.
called?
Yep. Parasocial. Yep.
Yeah. It's such a, like a fine line of parasocial relationship, but I can't not call them to some degree friends, because it's like I know everything about them. I know all about their lives and who they are, and I love them as people and I care about them. If anything happened, I would like be so devastated. Like when Luca was gone, like he mentioned, like I didn't care because I knew he was taking care of his stuff. But at the same time, you're like, I hope they didn't die. Like, and I've had members die, and I've had things like that happen, and it's like, yeah, you have to keep the
You're absolutely friends.
parasocialness, and you have to keep like, hey, I'm also working, but at the same time, what do I do with all the information that I know you? You know, what do you do with that?
All right, and then community support. Has sharing your health journey online helped you connect with others facing similar struggles?
Yes. Hold on. So this one was kind of a long-winded answer that was meshed with like the other answer. Hold up. Okay. And we can start over. I will just not tell you. No, you can. Okay, sorry. I'm so used to reading chat.
Yep, that's okay.
So this question, yeah, was kind of mixed in with the other question, because it's like for MC, for example, like MC, we bitch about our health goings inside of like Discord sometimes. So it's definitely helped me like connect with everybody else's issues. Or like, for instance, I'm gonna call him out right now. Everybody knows Moxo. Moxo had a kidney stone, and I had a kidney stone a few days ago. Well, not a few days ago. I've had one just living in me for like 2 years. But we've all like when bad crap happens, we all can get together and like bitch about our
Commiserate.
health, you know? So, huh?
Commiserate. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it does help. I think it does help connect. Maybe not with similar things, but we can all mutually agree that having health issues sucks ass, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, kidney stone club.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Wow. And then let's talk about awareness. Do you use your platform to raise awareness about your health conditions? And what message do you hope to convey to others in similar situations?
Okay. This was like my long-winded kind of one,
Okay.
because there's a lot that I wish that I should do more, I'm guessing. But when it comes to raising awareness, I actually wish that I would do more, and I feel like in the future I'm hoping to. Like, I've recently just joined the Twitch disability community. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I got accepted and I joined into that. But oh wait, sorry. I think it becomes parasocial with big streamers because there's not the same kind of feedback on both sides. Because she interacts. Yeah, I try to interact. I mean, you guys, like I've talked about a lot of times, I don't have many friends in the real life, so you guys have become also friends in that sense. But it does get weirdly mixed. Sorry to deviate my brain. It does get weirdly mixed, but I try to keep it as like non. Hi, Kiara. I try to keep it as, what is it? I don't know. I try to keep relationships online professional and fun at the same exact time. And it's hard. It's a hard balance. But yeah, back to this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Hank says she needs awareness of her own disease before she can raise awareness.
Yeah. Back to that though. I also just struggled labeling myself as disabled for like a really long time. I never used that term. I never was like, oh yeah, I'm disabled, because it felt almost like I wasn't deserving enough of that title. I felt like that is something, like, because of my schedule and my work, I'm functioning as best as I can. But what's funny is recently when I had like 2 weeks where I was just, oh my God, it was miserable. And me and my partner were talking about this same exact thing, like raising awareness and how I felt almost bad getting accepted in the disability team. And during that really hard 2 weeks, me and my person, we were like laughing about it in a way, because I was like, okay, just kidding. It's moments like these where I realize, like, okay, I need to accept that term, that I am disabled, because I can't even get out of bed right now. And I can't, there's long periods of times where I can't. And it was just like the weird acceptance of even like being called that was hard for me to do. And it's so hard for me to explain. Maybe I don't know if it makes sense to what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, no, I think you kind of got a roundabout way of saying that, like, the spread awareness is to get people to be accepting of being able to say, I'm disabled. And you're saying that took you quite a long feat to get there. And I think
Yeah.
being part of the stream team, the disabled, is letting people know, hey, it's okay. There's other people just like us that are disabled. And Twitch has given us a great venue and platform to still work, connect with people, make friendships, and have a community. So I think your story speaks to
Yeah,
that.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think in the future, I'd be more open to like raising money and bringing awareness, especially to gastroparesis, because it used to be a very rare disorder. Like, very hand fews of people actually had this. And now it seems like so many younger people are being diagnosed with it. And there's not much really information about it. And gastroparesis can go south very quickly. Over, like, I think 80% of people with gastroparesis end up on TPN, which is like feeding tubes and stuff. Most of them could die from being malnourished. It is such a severe disease that's becoming um, like more relevant. So I feel like it would be good for me to talk about it. But I have this issue, and I don't know if issue is the right word, but I have this thing, which is why I don't think I talk about it as much, nor do I tend to raise awareness about it, is because oh wait, my kitty cat. Is because my stream is all about like a fun time and not to focus on what I go through on a daily basis. Like, I don't like to talk about it too much on stream, and I'm not like a huge person to, you know, talk about it just because it's like I I think of my stream almost as like entertainment, like TV, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
And it's like everyone goes through so much crap in their daily lives. Like, they go through massive things that we all have problems with. And it would be nice to have a space where like we just have a good time. Like, you don't know that maybe I had a bad day. Like, like we want it to keep it positive, and I appreciate that I could do that because it's also a place where I forget about things that I'm going through. So for me to bring up
Hey, what's
what I
up,
go
Koji?
through on stream seems counterproductive.
Yep. Now, Koji, today we're interviewing Runesy, a disabled streamer who recently joined the Twitch team. She's telling us about the many health issues she has and the struggles that it causes on daily life, but she doesn't care because she's going to make a positive, fun community on her channel and just play games and have fun because that's what she wants to do with her community. So we're hearing her story. So,
Yeah. And I feel like it's um like what I wrote was, I said, sorry, I'm trying to read this too. I hope that others similar to me can see that there's so much like depression and struggle that comes with illness, but if you let it like overtake your existence, then you might miss out on moments in life that are like beautiful and fun. So I'd rather be positive than focus on all the things that I can't do, because like I wrote down, for me personally, like, I can't go out, I can't take an airplane, I can't ride in a car, I can't eat what I want, I'm in constant pain, my sex life is affected by it, I might die earlier than others, my body hurts, I'm bloated, I have vomit blood, some days I don't get out of bed, I can't go on vacation without being exhausted, my body fluctuates. Like, there's so much that I could bitch about, honestly. But at the same time, my viewpoint, now other people's viewpoint might be completely different, is like, if I wallowed in that then and not do anything, that would be like, oh, bad existence for myself, and I'd feel sorry for like what I lost. And sometimes I do grieve the life that I would have had. And I think that that's normal, and I think that you should be sad about things that you do, you know, like that you can't do anymore. But there's also like a healthy balance of being like able to grieve and be sad, and then don't let that stop you and be happy and move on with life as best as you can. Oh yes, he's having the time of his life.
He could tell he needs some love, so he's doing his orange thing. He's here to give you love and rule your life.
Yeah. But hopefully that word vomit all made sense.
No, it did make sense. Like it like you're like, hey, I know I have my story, and my story is hard, but like everybody's got a story and their struggles and stuff. So it's reassuring to say that you're like, hey, I'm here to make sure you still have a good time, because I don't want to focus on what makes my life shitty. I want to focus on what makes my life happy. My kitties, my video games, my friends, my community. Like, this is
So that's ultimately why I feel weird about raising awareness, is because I try not to put focus on it. But I do agree that you should raise awareness, and there's like spaces for that. But I don't know if my stream is for that, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, I just got done with a charity stream where I raised $11.85 for Make-A-Wish International.
See, and that's awesome. Like, I see, like, taking things like that to do something positive is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's raising awareness and being great. Yeah, exactly, Beepo. Like, I would love to consider doing things like that.
Yeah. No, there might be on Twitches. I'll send you a screenshot. There's a spot where you can actually do a charity fundraiser. Anytime.
Yeah, I've never done any of that.
Yeah, you can do that within your stream, and then donations go directly to that foundation. So maybe there's something for your condition. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's a few things I think they're called like GP Warriors or something like that. That's what the name of the organization is. That'd be cool to do some type of donation. And that's stuff that I think that I want to put into like next year, because I'm really bad at Twitch, so I never figured out how to incorporate charity streams. But it's something that I would want to do for like awareness that wouldn't get in the way of how I feel like my stream would go, you know?
And you know you have a pretty dang generous community, says Beppo. True.
Oh, everyone's so freaking lovely. That's a whole nother topic.
All right. So,
sorry, my cat is like.
Nope, it's perfect.
Doing the most.
I love the orange, like the orangeception that's going on right now.
Yeah.
How do you handle days when your health makes work especially difficult?
I think that just kind of rolls with the whole scheduling thing. Like, as long as if I'm eating correctly or taking my time or getting my naps, because like I need a nap. I need like 15 hours of sleep a day or else I'm not functioning. So I think that's type of self-care, like knowing how hard you can push yourself and keeping to the schedule always helps me be able to maintain it. Yeah. Hey. And then if I'm having like a really bad day, I could always just do like shorts or video editing and stuff like that, you know?
TikToks and things like that, short form stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I do for like self-care wise if I can't do anything that day.
Okay, all right. Time check, so probably got about another 50 or so minutes with you. So let's talk about the cosplays.
Yeah.
What initially drew you to cosplay, and do you have any favorite characters or themes that you love to portray?
Oh man, drew me to cosplay. Oh, Kira, this is Alfredo. I know they're so hard to Alfredo's the fluffier one. Linguini is the thinner hair one. I walk my cat like a dog. Oh my god, I do that too. I had my one cat. She was 20 years old, and she would walk on a leash like a dog and walk all around. She was fantastic.
That's pretty cool.
She she was great. I could use 20 hours of sleep. Yeah, if I get under like 15, oh god, my body is like a mess. I'm so tired and like exhausted. So yeah, definitely going to bed helps. You guys gotta sleep more, but that's not possible. Like my poor partner, they have a regular, I say real job, but like they have like a regular outside job, a vanilla job, I guess you could say. And like their poor soul is waking up at like 4 a.m. in the morning to get home at like 4 p.m. and then they barely have any time to sleep because they got to do their daily stuff. And then I don't stop work until usually like midnight, and then they only get like 3 hours of sleep, and it's insane. I don't know how people function. We need to do that thing that certain countries do where you get 3 days off. I think that that's important. Like you work longer hours, but you get 3 days off. That'd be cool.
It would be nice to have more PTO. Or
Yeah.
even a midday nap, the midday siesta. Let's make that a thing.
Yeah. I also don't even know how people, like, I'm not too sure. Like, I'm going to call it vanilla job because that's just how I know. I don't understand how people, Alfredo, I don't understand how people stream and then still do, hold on. I don't know how people have a vanilla job and then still find time and energy to stream. I'll never understand that.
Orange causing chaos as we do. Yep. I only got 1 day off a week. Koji, that sucks. That sucks.
That's insane. That should be illegal.
Yep.
Yeah, Luca. Well, I think you need a sleep study done to you or something, because you're always off. Luca is. You got insomnia.
Alright, let's talk about the cosplay. What drew you to cosplay? And do you have a favorite character or theme that you love to portray?
What drew me to cosplay? I think I just really liked dressing up. And I liked seeing the characters that I watched and I liked or like had crushes on like kind of come to life. And it's always been a thing. Who was she? Her name was Jessica, right? Jessica Nigiri?
Oh
my god, I'm
yeah.
probably saying it so wrong.
That's it.
Yeah. She was very popular when I was first like trying to understand what cosplay was. And she was so inspiring. She did the coolest cosplays. And I was like, dang, I want to like look that good and do cosplays like that. So I think she was a big influence on, you know, how I started liking cosplay. And just watching characters become the life. I think everybody likes being someone they're not for like a quick minute.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
So let's go through the creative process. Can you walk us through how you plan to create your cosplays? Do you prefer handmade or mixing with purchased elements?
This question always makes me laugh because everybody always asks me it. And I feel like I disappoint everybody all the time because I have not a creative bone in my body. It's my partner who's super creative. And like when it comes to almost all of my cosplays are purchased, which is so boring and horrible. And I know everyone looks down on it. And I'm just not creative. But my partner is, and they've helped me with like props and backdrops, or they'll like show me stuff when things aren't working out or do certain things when I need it. But I wish that I had that creative bone in my body, but like I can't sew to save my life. I've tried so hard. Or like crocheting is so difficult. It's yeah, props to anybody who can create cosplays or like 3D print stuff. That's so cool. I wish that I could be that way. That'd be awesome. Yeah, it's Halloween without waiting for October. Yeah, so my partner is the creatively inspired one when it comes to creating cosplays if I need help with them. But most of the time they are just bought, you know? Yeah, person's in charge of the hot glue gun, for sure. As for like, how do I plan them? It's kind of just, I have billions of cosplays. So there really isn't much planning. It's more like, what character don't I have? Because I have hundreds of cosplays. My entire room, like my guest room, is just filled with cosplays. millions of them. So my plan used to be very like, oh yeah, I'd do like this one or this one around this time. And now it's just like I got a plan for one that I just don't have.
Mm. There's no
But
shame. Yeah. Um, okay. So let's talk about challenges in cosplay. What's the most challenging cosplay you've tackled, and how did you overcome the hurdles?
yes. The freaking Azula cosplay that I did, because I did the Azula cosplay for a competition actually.
Oh.
And I had to do the wig myself, which I've done wigs before. Like I did Rick from Rick and Morty, and I had to do like all the wigs and stuff. That's the one thing that I am pretty creative about is the wigs. But Azula was so annoying because she's top heavy with the little thing that she has in her hair, and then it all like goes up, and it was so hard we put so much glue on my head in order to get that to stay, even more than the Rick head. And I recreated an entire backdrop for this what was it called, competition, and we went to the thrift store and bought like a chair and like did the upholstery, redid the upholstery on the chair to do like a red velvety type thing.
Hey,
And
what's up,
then
Harvey?
I had to get like all the different props and stuff, and I like went super hard and got like digital fire on my hands and stuff. So that was the hardest one. And I still wasn't as proud of it that I probably should have been. But it just was a lot. It was my most work I think I've ever done.
Remind me, where is Azula from?
Uh, uh, Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Oh.
Yeah, bitch!
Okay. Cool. I'll have to check out your
Yeah,
beacons. Go see if I can find that one. Okay.
Yeah, it's gotta be there. I'm sure. Or I'll have to link it to you at some point. That was a really long time ago. And then I did an iZombie one, which was also my favorite. And not because it was difficult, but I always brag about it. The main actress in iZombie retweeted me and like told me that I did a really good job, and it made my life. Everybody knows that story.
All right. Do you have a standout experience from cosplay or event or photo shoot that was particularly memorable?
Well, I do all of my own photos, so the photo shoot thing, not really. I think that Azula's story was probably my most memorable when it came to like events. I can't go physically to cons because of my health, or else I'll get sick. So I'm kind of limited on, like, I can't go out to go get my pictures done typically because I'll either get sick from it or it'll just be too much for me. Or I can't go to cons because I'll get sick if I go to the con. So I don't really have events besides that thing that I did, the competition that I did, which was fun.
Okay, online. Well, what about Ren fairs? Like, have you been to Renaissance festivals since those are usually outdoors?
Yep,
And-
that I was just about to say. Yeah, they're outdoors, so those pass.
Yeah. What do you love most about Ren fairs, and how often do you attend them?
I try to go every single year, but because I live in Vegas, oh my god, the dream is to go to Ren Fair in like Oregon or like Washington. And yeah, everyone keeps saying for cons I should just go in a bubble, which I totally could do that. Hi.
You could
Oh,
actually
hi, Harley.
cosplay as Bubble Boy.
Yeah, I could probably do something like that. Hi, Harley. You on break? Harley's always around.
Nice.
But yeah, back to that. I love Renaissance fairs, but the goal would be to go to one in Oregon or Washington because they actually do them so nicely. Here in Vegas, oh my god, it's so blazing hot. They do it in like the middle of October, which seems like it'd be nice, but not here. It's like 100 outside,
Yes.
and it makes it a little bit less cool. But I try to go every single year. I went this year and stuff. I suggest going at night if you go to one in a desert. But my favorite thing that I love most about them, It's just probably the community. Like me and my partner will get like the Hobbit. What do they call? Oh, my cats are about to fight. Alfredo. Alfredo. No. No. Um. They're like the Hobbit coins. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. The Hobbit trades, where like you go around and you get like a big bunch of trinkets, and you trade with other people the trinkets. That's my favorite part about Renaissance Fair. Like I love
Oh.
Alfredo. Hold on, they're gonna fight. Come on, dude. No, Alfredo, come here. Come on. Go on, go on, go on, go on. You okay? You okay? Yeah, you good. They fight all the time.
Yep.
Those cats, Alfredo and Fat Cat despise each other. They do that, I think, every single day.
Yeah, no
They're
kitty UFC. No kitty UFC.
Yeah. They will throw each other too. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, they're pretty big. They're pretty strong. Yep.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know if have you ever been to a Renaissance fair?
It's been a hot minute. Like the last one I went to was in Massachusetts, so it was in the woods.
Ooh, see, that's nice.
And it was in October, but it was cold as balls. Because it's outside, yeah. Like, man, like everyone was like freezing. Like there's like these little wooden structures you can run to, like with, you know, heat or whatever, but it's kind of weird because everyone was all like bunched together just for the warmth. But they are fun. They are fun. They are expensive though. Like
here isn't too bad.
Okay. Well, I will say
I think it's $30.
So here's the thing. The one I went to, they wouldn't take cash. So you had to buy the ticket, which was like $50. And then after you got in, you had to buy their currency, which were like little tickets. And like, so basically all the money handling happened at the front of the park. And so like, then you had to, you know, use your tickets to be able to like buy food, buy drinks, do different things. And that got weird because I was like, they specifically priced things just like where you would have to go buy more tickets to be able to buy anything. Like I was like, okay, a pickle is 3 tickets. I have 2. I was like, bro, I will give you 2 tickets and 3 real dollars. Just give me a pickle. And the dude's like, no, sorry, man. We can't take any money. So, I don't know. It was weird, but I had a good time, though. Overall, I had a good time. So.
Yeah, that is weird. I've never heard of them doing that. Like, we did the ticket thing, but it was only like if I did archery, then you'd get in line, and then you'd pay in money for the little ticket, and then you just hand the ticket at the door.
Yep.
But, like, for food, it was just cash. Also, but that's the most expensive part, is the freaking money. But they have the best food. They've got like meat pies and like turkey legs and stuff.
The turkey legs are
you can
delicious. That's the same at Wasteland Weekend. You can only trade bottle caps. No money is allowed through the gates. Yep.
What? See, that's weird. Yeah, I've never had a Renaissance fair that was like that. But typically, yeah, no, they're always great experiences. But like you said, the weather can definitely put a damper on the day. Because sometimes, like when you're sweating and you're hot and you're in costume at the exact same time, and here in Vegas, they don't got like covers. You're just straight up raw dogging the sun.
Yep. No trees, no woods.
Yeah, no trees. But I still love it. Like, I still go. But like I said, I would love to attend, like, an Oregon or something else and have that experience. Because, yeah, here is really fun, though. Also, Vegas just has a smell. I don't know if you've ever been to Vegas. It has, like, a sewage smell everywhere you go. Has anyone else been to Vegas and knows what I'm talking about? There's, like, this weird sewer smell that lingers all around Vegas. And at this particular park that they hold it in, it'll sometimes smell when it gets really hot. It sometimes can be miserable. But The standout experiences definitely is the little trading and just seeing everybody's costumes and stuff, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, Bob was saying it's downtown can smell like ass, but it's mostly construction is what he smells.
Yeah, yeah, we've
Okay.
got a lot of construction.
Okay. All right, let's switch topics because first and foremost, you're a gamer. In
Oh yeah.
fact, in fact, you have very different origins. What first got you into gaming, and what made RuneScape and World of Warcraft such enduring favorites for you?
Yeah. Um, so you said what, hold on, I'm trying to find that one. Oh, what got you into gaming? I think what first got me into gaming was I watched a lot of YouTube. Like I was such a YouTube kid growing up when it was like first like when Fred was like popular and like
Have
all
a good
that
one,
kind of
Harley.
stuff. And I played video games as a kid, like just naturally. Like I was always playing Spyro and like Legend of the Dragoon and like The Sims. And it's always been such a prominent good night, Harley. Good night. I hope you have a good rest of your work day. um, but it's always been such a prominent thing of my childhood was just video games. That's all me and my sister really did was just play video games. Grand Theft Auto was like a huge one that we played. So I don't know. I think it was just a natural thing. But what got me more into it was probably like watching like PewDiePie growing up since he was like one of the first gamers, which also inspired streaming a little bit. But I don't know, I just always loved gaming. It was just something that was just always a big part of my life. And like RuneScape and World of Warcraft, like they just spark something in you when you're like a kid. Cuz I started when I started RuneScape when I was like what, 12? In the computer lab. Your character is hard eyes. I mean, you're hard eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they type less than 3 in the chat, it makes me have hard eyes.
That's cute.
Okay, so
Um,
RuneScape you used to play at school, so that's
yeah,
where you got
RuneScape
started.
I played. Yeah, in computer lab. Did you have computer lab?
Yep, I had that at the Shinobi Academy. We had to learn a little bit about computers. So, oh, and Beppo was showing
Yeah.
you my booba eyes. I have booba eyes.
Yeah, that's cute. But yeah, so I started playing that in the computer lab, and World of Warcraft I started at 15. And there's just something really magical of being a kid and like specifically an MMO and going into it and you're just like, damn, this place is huge. I get to be like something magical, which is like every kid's dream, or I get to like explore a world with dragons. Like who doesn't like that? So I think that's what made it so like my favorites growing up because it was just such a beautiful world to exist in and you could just forget about yours for a minute. And you're like, no, I really am a night elf, thank you. That transforms into a bear. Because when I was a kid, I had like a furry face. I think everybody has a furry face. If you didn't, that's weird.
Okay.
And I always wanted to be like animals and stuff. So like when the druids were a thing, oh my god, I love that crap. That was definitely what made that a favorite. I love pretending to be a cat.
Yep. All right, so RuneScape and World of Warcraft, they feel like home. You go back to them because they were great escapes for you as a kid, and they're still, good escapes now, even now. Okay.
What about you? Do you have any games
Oh.
that were like that as a kid?
Well, I played WoW for way too long. I'm currently WoW sober for a couple years now. I don't want to get back into it because I have bad gaming addictions. Like World of Warcraft, when Classic relaunched, I became a cartel leader. So I ended up taking over the auction house on my faction, as well as having a huge hand in the auction house on the opposing faction. So I was like one of the richest players on the server, but that was because
Dang.
it takes time, and I sunk all my time because I never bought gold. Like I never bought gold, never have, never will. But I never wanted to have issues with gold. So yeah, the auction house is definitely one of the places you can make money by manipulating it and having a cartel. So yeah, me and my cartel brothers, we took over the auction house, and we managed the prices of consumables, and so that's how we took over. But yes, I
So
am
funny.
sober from WoW. All right.
You couldn't have you can't drop that. You were top dog. You left it behind?
Yeah, because so I was on the Horde side was my main home, but then on the
Yeah.
Alliance side there was another cartel dude who had a cartel on the Alliance side, but this guy like absolutely no lifed it. Like absolutely no lifed it. To the point to where he was selling at a loss and he didn't care. Like that's all he did was auction house. Because I wanted to raid. Like I was raiding and doing other cool things and having fun in the game. Meanwhile, this other dude, I don't know why that was like the only place, because I checked for logs. He had no raid logs. He had no like dungeon logs. Like he specifically leveled characters just high enough to do alchemy and take over the auction house on the land side. And then he started moving his product over to the Horde side. So long story short, I got out cartelled and lost my control. So I was like, "Fuck this game! I'm out. I'm out."
Got out cartelled. That's some RuneScape shit that would happen there too.
Yeah, yeah. So, oh, that happens
Your
in
favorite
RuneScape.
games, MC?
Uh, oh,
Oh,
wait. What was the question? Sorry.
oh no, I was reading MC's favorite games, the Stardew Diablo and 3,
Oh,
Diablo 2 and 3.
nice, nice. Those are good picks.
But yeah, that's funny.
Yep. So.
That's great. I think you'll go back eventually. I don't think everyone ever quits. I think you'll go back. But you never like had like an imagination with World of Warcraft where you were like, yeah, I'm pretending to be something I'm not. Maybe that's just like a me thing.
Okay, you want to hear? Okay, here's another story related to WoW and sort of pretending. Like,
Yeah.
my first time that I came back to WoW Classic, I was like, okay, this time I'm not going to make friends. I'm just going to play the game. I'm not going to talk to anybody. And I specifically, when I play games, choose female avatars because I prefer looking at female avatars.
Yeah.
So, no one knew I was a dude for about a year. So, like, I got to experience what it was to get, like, random whispers to get hit on. Like random people being like, hey, where are you located type of thing. Like, like, the one that pissed me off the most, though, was it made me realize that it sucks as a lady that people don't listen to you. Like, I could explain the mechanics to the fight, like in chat, type it out. Like, this is absolutely what we need to do for this fight. And this strategy works. It's a foolproof strategy. Nobody listened. Some dude said it in a lower voice and was like, hey, we should do what Ninja Gato says. I think it'd be really cool if we tried this strategy where we, come from the door type of thing. And they're like, oh my god, that's such a great idea, Johnson. You're the greatest player of all, or whatever. And I'm like banging my keyboard. God damn it, I have a penis. Listen to me. Just because you think I don't have a penis.
No, that's so funny. That's such a dynamic. There are definitely pros and cons to people thinking that you're female. But yeah, that happens all the fucking time, even in real life outside of video games. Oh yeah, all the time. But yeah, it has its good parts. And then it has its crappy parts, but that's funny. So what did they say when they finally found out?
Oh, it weirded out a lot of people. Like, eventually. So I also tanked, and I became a main tank, and then I was like, fuck it, I have to talk. So I was just like, alright, here we go. And it just, like, people got weird. They got weird.
You voice revealed?
The voice revealed, and they're like, oh my god, it's a dude. It's a dude. But
That's so funny. Well, yeah, that's like a stunning way to like tell somebody. Like if you just like typed it out and you were like, "Hey guys, like sorry, I was just fucking with all of you."
mhm.
But like not saying anything and then just doing the voice thing probably freaked them out more because they were
Yeah,
probably just like taken aback out of
yeah,
nowhere. So
out
did
of
they
nowhere.
stop being friends?
No, they still rated with me and stuff, but I don't know. It was just kind of a weird dynamic. But yes, I got to experience what it's like to be a lady in game, and it's not fun. It's not fun. Like, yeah, sometimes they'll gift you stuff or send you stuff, and you're like, I didn't ask for this, but thanks, thanks.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I think that is the thing about being perceived as a woman is everyone's gonna automatically assume that you're stupid. That you need to be like taught or like babied or something, you know.
Oh,
I think that's pretty
mansplaining,
normal. RuneScape's
mansplain.
really bad with the toxicness.
Yeah, mansplaining a fight to you, and you're like, bro, this ain't my first rodeo. We're literally playing the same World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
God, what one's the worst? Is it League? No, there's something that's. Oh, I think that's just in general toxicness. I don't know if that's female toxic. I don't know. All those shooter games I stay away from for that reason.
mhm. They couldn't get over their confusion boner when you ironically tank the raid. When they watched your character, then heard your voice, their brain went brr. Yes, it broke them. It broke them. So, um,
Yeah,
all right.
you're right though. The man child thing. That is just playing an MMO. I think like even if you weren't a girl, they kind of there's so much trolling that goes on in those games.
Mm-hmm.
I still love them though. I can handle it. Like that stuff doesn't really bother me too much. Like it's just like
Yeah, you're
whatever.
still a RuneScape gamer and you're still a WoW gamer. But
Yeah.
well, let's talk about the
Hmm.
evolution of those. How has your perspective changed, like on long-running games, like RuneScape and WoW over the years? Like WoW's had a lot of evolution, like a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not a huge fan of how WoW has shaped out. Um, I feel like a lot of people feel that same way, maybe, or I'm just making that shit up. I don't. Well, okay. My perspective. So the games. So like, I think it's different. Like if we're talking about like from when I was a kid to how I
mhm.
am now, I think the imagination part changes as you grow up. Like I used to get on RuneScape and WoW and pretend like I was the characters and I wasn't caring about like levels or like achievements. It was more about like having fun and doing stupid shit with friends. Like on RuneScape, I just make music videos like 90% of my time spending on there. So like that aspect has changed over the years because now people are so focused on like maxing their accounts or like being the best at the game. Is I feel like the fun isn't there anymore, like as it used to be. Because when I would get on RuneScape, people would be like fucking around and like doing stupid shit. Like I said, doing music videos and trolling people and having fun, and now it's all about like, oh, your character isn't max so you're not good enough at the game, or like you didn't do this boss 100 times, god you suck. It's like it's more people like expect you to be fantastic. Like my very first RuneScape account, I had barely any skills. I had nothing, but I'd played that game for like 20 years now, coming up on it around 20.
Damn.
No, I think more. And so yeah, it was just way funner. So my perspective has changed in a sense as it's become less fun and it's just become more serious. And then my issue with World of Warcraft, not so much RuneScape as how it's changed over the years, is like I hated like when they brought in the weird time stuff. Like I feel like it's just too confusing. There's too much going on. Like the time hopping and the time jumping and stuff, and I'm getting bored with the repetitiveness of the questing and how like people hear me complain all the time when we play World of Warcraft on stream. It's like you can be sitting there killing like 15 fucking thousand things and it'll take you like it
To get
takes
the
you so
perfect
long to do
health.
one quest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's frustrating. And that hasn't changed. That's always been a thing. Like even in classic WoW, that's always been a thing, but now there's just so much content and so many expansion packs and so many things that it just has come so repetitive that it's lost my interest. It's no longer magical, you know? Like when I used to get, and that might be because my imagination is dulled because I'm an adult. But like when I would buy a new expansion, I'd be so excited to like explore the new world, and now I don't feel that as much anymore. And I think that might just be my imagination. I think my view as a kid has changed, but I still love the games, and I'll still forever play them. It's nothing personal against them. It
WoW
has so
has.
many different. Yeah, it is like 6 versions of games.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I don't know.
Do you think
WoW.
WoW has changed too much?
Yeah, I think it's. I think that's why. I don't know. I've been a classic connoisseur in WoW Classic, and I think that's why WoW Hardcore is popping off. Is one, the nostalgia factor, um, and then that it was more about the community. Having a guild and active guildies, and people to chat with is what made the MMO scene so great, in my opinion. But I don't know. It also, like, the major complaint was like people don't have enough time to play. So
Mm-hmm.
now with retail, they did solve the problem of you can make a max level character and get there with not a lot of time played. Like, you could spend a weekend and go from 0 to max. And then
Yeah, or they just hand out the max characters now like candy.
yeah, because they're like, well, we understand you're working adults now and don't have a lot of time. Game loops and online games have changed exactly, Sunyu. So I don't know. It's been an evolution. I think it solved a lot of problems, but then people are like, but it's not the game I loved. But I don't think you can ever go back to that because, like, you're right. There's a nostalgia aspect. You're not 16 anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you're a grown ass adult that's gotta go work and pay bills, dude. Like,
Exactly. I think everyone's older now and it just doesn't feel the same way. And maybe newer kids, goodbye Fort. Maybe newer kids coming up in the game will feel the same way, are feeling the same way that maybe we're just missing out on,
yeah, no, they
But
absolutely
is
are.
it kid friendly is the question, like it used to be?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, like, Fortnite just had a nostalgia event. People who were originally into Fortnite with the build mode, they had like a throwback to the OG Fortnite build mode, and that was popping off. So I feel like that was like we're watching a group of people who got born into Fortnite, loved the hell out of it, matured out of it, and then returned back to it. And like
Yeah.
that's all within our perspective. Like, it feels like Fortnite came out yesterday, doesn't it?
Oh, I was gonna say, how old is it? Because to me, it doesn't feel that old.
Yeah, I'll Google it on my other window. Let me see. How old is Fortnite? How old is Fortnite? All right.
Also,
8 years. 8 years, yeah. That's old enough that people would age out and then come back for nostalgia.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy. I never got on that hype. I never was a Fortnite person.
Yeah, but you said you're not into FPSs, so that makes sense.
I used to play Counter-Strike back in the day, and I was really into Counter-Strike. And then I played Team Fortress, and I was really into Team Fortress. And then I think after Team Fortress was like Overwatch and stuff, and I never got into that. I suck so bad at it. But then again, it also, Counter-Strike, people took it seriously, but there was like a fun aspect to it, if you guys remember. Old game. I mean, people still play it now, I'm sure. There's like a fun aspect, like, I knifed you a bunch of times, it was hilarious. And now people are like in Overwatch, it's all about like your stats and stuff. Like,
yeah. You might try Marvel Rivals. That one's free right now. But that
is it free?
Yeah, and that's like Overwatch but with Marvel characters. And if you could play with your community, exclusively your community, that's a lot of fun. We've been doing that. Like Mild Mannered, myself, Mavox, and a lot of other people within the community. Like, if you can get a lobby of 12 people that are all within your own community, it's a hell of a lot of fun because the sweatiness is gone. Like, nobody's there to rank. Everyone's there just to play for fun. And, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, you might try, and it's free. So like anybody from your community can download it and play it with you. And then if you love Marvel characters, like, hey, you can be Wolverine, like whichever ones you can imagine. You might try that out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, soon is right though. It gets repetitive, and Beepo's right too. But I mean, what do you do? That is kind of MMOs. That's like the bread and butter was kind of repetitiveness. That's why I think I gravitated to RuneScape so much, because RuneScape was such a differently placed MMO. It
Mhm.
was like you had the quests individually with leveling, and yeah, you were doing repetitive things. Don't tell me that. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know repetitiveness on RuneScape, but you could at least leave that repetitiveness and go do something else that's a different type of repetitiveness, or you can go like, which I guess you can kind of do in World of Warcraft, but it just feels more open with RuneScape. If that makes sense.
Mm.
Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls Online. Oh, is it? See, I played the beta for Elder Scrolls Online, but I never got into it for some odd reason.
Mm.
But yeah,
Okay.
MMOs, they just fall into that weird
Maybe that's
repetitiveness.
yeah, because maybe that's why you go back to them is there's that aspect of familiarity, like, oh well, this feels familiar like home, so that's why you
I
get
think so.
kept. Yeah, okay.
I think so.
I'm gonna ask you two more questions and then we'll open it up to the community. But
Yeah.
one of the games that I do see you play a lot on stream is Stardew Valley. What keeps you coming back to Stardew Valley? And do you have any favorite mods or play styles for the game?
You know what's so funny about Stardew Valley is I did not like it at first. I thought it was so boring, and I was like, God, this sucks. And it's even still a game that I don't think that I could play solo. It's so funny because me and my partner, we play such different games. My partner loves Stardew and like farm games. That's their shit. That's like their bread and butter. They love it. And then I typically don't like them. And I'm more of like a cyberpunk, Skyrim, like that sort of type of vibe. And I never expected to get into Stardew Valley, but everybody, yeah, like MC said, was like, no, you gotta play it. You should play it on stream. You should play it on stream. And eventually I kind of did see the funness of it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. And it did start to become more of my thing. And now I love it. But I still can only play it on stream. It's like one of those things where it's only fun with
Mm.
friends for me. But I do love it. I do it. That's probably why I keep coming back to it on stream, is just because it's so fun. It's like a weirdly boring but fun game to play on stream with everybody like getting into it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because the community also enjoys it, so it's like a mutual enjoyment. 2D
Mm. Understood.
Minecraft.
Okay. So we've talked about gaming, we talked about your cosplays. Let's talk about advice, specifically for new streamers. What advice would you give someone starting out on Twitch?
My advice. I know I love fishing in Stardew. Well, now it's starting to irritate me because it's getting harder.
Oh no.
Fishing in Stardew is hard. Have you played it?
No, I haven't played Stardew.
Oh my god. They make it easy at first, and then like towards the end, like when you start leveling up, oh, it's so difficult. It's the most aggravatingly fun thing. I love it. But yeah, advice. Or just streaming period.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, I think I would give them the advice of just probably just being true to who you are and having a really good time. Like there's like a business aspect to it as well that you need to think about. But there's also like just having a really, really good time and connecting and building up a community, because that's basically what makes being a streamer is your community. Like you're nothing without them. So building up friendships and getting to know people, treating everybody like human, realizing that these people we're like a big team of people, creating this space together. And yeah, just vibing. Yeah. Yeah. And grind, yeah. Kara makes a good point. Scheduling. Like being on a strict schedule so people know where to find you constantly is so freaking important. Like doing something every single day and people can expect it from you, and being really communicative when you're not going to be there and why and stuff is so important. um I think that being, entertaining, talking to people, trying to make sure every single person feels like they're included in your space, because people, I mean, I feel it when I go into a streamer stream and I say like hi, and then I'm socially awkward weirdly in stream on other people's streams. So it's like I'm hoping that somebody will like be like, how are you doing? Get me to talk like a little bit more, kind of, because I feel like I'm not going to do that by myself because for some reason I'm very extroverted, but I also have an introverted personality at the same time in certain situations. So just like make
That's
sure
solid.
that everybody gets attention and feels like they're a part of the community. And I think that'll take you far.
Yeah, that's some really good advice. That's some solid advice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Um,
Jongs.
and then let me ask you about your future goals. What is the vision for the future of your channel? Are there any big projects or themes you'd love to explore?
Um, yeah, it's very short in your EXP. Yeah, I'm surprised that I do so decently for only streaming 2 to 3 hours a day. Yeah, befriend everyone that comes into your stream. Yeah, but don't let
Mm-hmm.
people take advantage of you either. That's another good thing. Don't let people take super big advantage of you because I've had that happen where I've been too nice. And sometimes you have to be a little mean because people will walk over you.
True.
That's another part of advice because I've spent like a whole year having people trample over me and I finally had to be like, okay, I don't like the way y'all are treating me, and then those people left or they moved on and I was like, I just needed to speak up.
No, that's important. Is cultivating your community, weeding out people that
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
just gonna beat you down because that makes them feel better at your expense. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta
Because
stamp
you
your
don't want it to
authority.
become toxic for you.
Yep. Yep.
Because I've been doing it a long time, and there's only one time that I can think of where it got really, really bad, and I was starting to like think that I should quit because it was I felt like my community was against me almost. So I think you have to for like a year, and then like I said, I put my foot down and everything kind of evened out. So I think that's important because you don't want things to get out of control and like let people think that they could treat you certain ways, you know?
Yep. Understandable.
Yeah, but anyways, back to the vision. Oh, I think that I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. I'd love to transfer a little bit to YouTube in the future. That's always been a goal. I think there's certain content that I would love to explore doing to see if I like vlogging type things, or like when I go to certain places, like reviews. That's my favorite kind of content to like and digest myself. And it'd be cool to do something new like that for fun, but finding the time while you're balancing your current content is really the most difficult. So that's like a big project that I would like to explore. Do I know if it's gonna happen? I don't know. Probably. It might be in a little bit.
I gotcha. Okay. Okay. All right. And then since I only have you for another 7 minutes, let me open it up to the floor. Anybody in chat, do you have questions for this streamer? You've heard her story. Her health struggles made her, find this platform as a way for her to be able to work and connect with people, since doing it in real life is difficult. But do you have questions for the streamer? And then I'll ask a silly question just in the meantime. If you could travel, PTO, money, and you have a bubble, where would you travel?
I was gonna say, I think most people know everything I blab about myself so much, but unless they're new. But where would I travel? Would always be the Netherlands. Everybody knows that I'm a huge fan of the Netherlands. I think it's beautiful. I want to go to the Netherlands.
Really?
Oh,
What about
and
the
like,
Netherlands attracts you?
um, well, right now the world is in such an area that's difficult for everybody right now. So there, that's like a loaded question because there were things that were like livable that I like. Livable is probably the wrong word. There are reasons why I picked the Netherlands as being my favorite. And right now I know everywhere in the world is having issues, so it may not be like that anymore. So to safely say, without going into like all the things that they're going through right now, I just liked their sense of like community, I guess, is the thing. I like the way that they handled. See, the things that like I said, the things that I like about the Netherlands is stuff that I feel like I'm not educated enough to speak on at this moment. given that things are so crazy in the world everywhere.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think of something that's not like about healthcare or about like how they live life. Okay, here's a good one. I have one. So I've always liked Dutch's way of like they're always using bicycles. They're always trying to stay healthy. They're always trying to better themselves. They're, like I love the fact that you can get on a bike and just like bike everywhere. It's generally safe. Like I said, that's another gray area that I'm uneducated on. But it seems vastly different from where I live now. It seems like it could be like a community, whereas here, like, I'm afraid I'm gonna walk outside of my house and like get kidnapped. Like the other day, I literally just went to fucking like AutoZone and got out of my car and was approached by like two guys, and they were like, oh, you should hang around, and like making like really disgusting comments at me. And it's like I would love to feel safe somewhere, which I just don't feel where I'm at. And I've respected the way that Netherlands does things in that sense. Like obviously there's crime and there's issues, but I just genuinely just liked how they came off as, like noble shit people. Like I'm less likely. Like I said, these are all things that are hard for me to say now, given the state. I don't know the state of their country.
Yep.
But from what I researched previously, let's say like maybe like 4 years ago, it seemed like a very safe place to be, and I admired that. And I admired the health aspect, how they don't have like all the crap that we put in our food. That's very awesome. Like I think that's great. I would love to like get rid of all the crap that we put in our food, like processed stuff. I think that's admirable.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things I respect.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, they have bad spots and they have safe spots, but I feel like where I live, everything's bad. Particularly.
That's unfortunate. All right, I can scroll up and I can see some of the questions we got. Beppa wants to know, what would you do differently now?
Probably nothing. I think everything's shaked out the way it's supposed to be. I don't think I want to do anything different.
And then Chava wants to ask, what any type of content you want to explore?
Besides the whole YouTube stuff, strictly on Twitch, we started doing this stuff where we would like rank different countries' like foods, and like what it would look like different McDonald's, like the U.S. McDonald's compared to like all the different countries' McDonald's, and that's been really fun. I want to do that way more often. Yeah. That'd be so great.
Yeah, food is a very good bonding exercise with your community because everybody loves good food.
Yeah. Yup.
Can't go wrong. All right. Beppo retyped his question. He says, like, say a person wanted to start streaming, what would you do to make sure they do differently than you did?
Oh, God. One, I doubt they would ever stream. But two, if they did, I really would tell them the same exact thing how I did it. I mean, I don't think that I did anything particularly. The mistakes that I made were mistakes that every streamer makes, and they're kind of inevitable, and they just happen sometimes. Like, you can't really control it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would have any changes for them. I would obviously warn them, like, of privacy things or something like that, I'd make sure that they're aware, like, bad things can happen or stuff like that, but I don't really think I'd tell them to do anything differently.
Yep. Okay, a guy in a chair says, what are your thoughts on people banned from casinos in Vegas? Warranted, too strict? What do you think?
Chair! Shut up, Chair! Chair is making fun of me because I said last night that I was banned. I got banned from a casino, but I'm refusing to say what I did, and I'm refusing to say what casino and why. You guys are just gonna have to think on that. You're not gonna get it out of me. Nobody will know. Nobody will know.
Interesting.
It's a secret.
The secret. I almost got kicked out of a casino because I had my cell phone out near the craps table.
That's wild. I didn't know they'd be strict about that. Maybe because is it cheating? Can you cheat on craps? I don't know what that game is.
You can get kicked out because there's like with your phone you could record and they don't want you recording.
Oh, okay. That
And
makes
then
sense.
I don't know if there's some type of like calculator. I don't know if there's some apps or whatever, but they don't want you recording. And they thought I was recording, and I was just like, well, fuck this, I'm out of here, type of thing.
That's so funny. No, they straight up read me my rights and said if I ever come back, I'll be arrested.
Damn.
But that's just,
Damn.
I'm telling you guys, I'm keeping my mouth shut. Y'all can just think about that.
Yep. Interesting for sure. Damn.
I'm bad.
Vegas is ruthless. And is it one of those like? Is it one of those like? It's a family of casinos, or is it just a
Oh,
specific one? Because like you could get, banned out of the family of like MGM's owned ones.
that's a good question. I'm not too sure, but I can't give any hints on that. Either
Mm,
way.
interesting. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. All right. All right, I'm gonna add the stream marker, and this time we're gonna say bye to YouTube. Everyone, again, HIYT. Let's say bye to YouTube in chat. This has been my
Bye.
bye. This has been my interview with Runesy. You can still hang out, Runesy. One second, let me add a stream marker. Let me
Yeah.
get the stream ending right now. Alright, I'm going to link Runesy's socials in the video description, so make sure you follow Runesy. Go hang out with her in her Twitch chat and all her other platforms. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.